And welcome back to Sparta High School here in Sparta Township, New Jersey, as Brian Thomas Basketball presents high school boys basketball. We just saw the Sparta girls knock off Vernon in HWS action. Well, we have the Sparta boys against the Voorhees boys here in first round Hunter Warren Sussex action, as the Sparta Spartans come in as the number 6 seed under their veteran coach Brian Brennan. They're 7-9, 3-7 in the American division of the NJAC, as they host the Voorhees Vikings, who are 6-2, 0-8 in the Skyland Valley division, one of the best around, under their coach, former star player of Voorhees and player at Monmouth, Kevin Schaefer. So good evening, everyone. I'm Dan Cleary. Thanks for joining us. The winner of this game will advance in the HWS, and as we talked about the girls from Sparta, Sparta boys are the defending champs of the Hunter Warren Sussex tournament, so they're looking to continue to defend their title. The winner of this game will play the winner of Hunter and Central and North Warren. That'll be on Saturday. Voorhees was able to beat number 18 Pope John 57-35. And going to bring in my partner here, Brian Thomas.
Hey Dan, good to be back with you. We're excited to be sponsored this game by Dolan and Dolan Law Firm, located in Newton, New Jersey. They're a firm with more than 100 years of experience in successfully handling your legal issues. Roger Thomas of the firm is a certified workers' compensation attorney, and you can reach out to him at 973-383-1600. We want to thank also the Sparta Boys Booster Club for sponsoring the game today, as well as Anthony Franco's for always lending their support to both the Sparta Boys and the Sparta Girls.
All right, so this team, two evenly matched teams, similar records. They both play in Hammer conferences.
Right.
Sparta in the American Division, the NJAC. Voorhees in the Skyland Conference in the Valley Division. That team, that conference houses Montgomery, number 15 in the state. Del Valle, who's the number 2 seed in this tournament. Pingree, North Hunterdon. I mean, it's a hammered division. But let's talk about this Voorhees team. They beat Pope John the other day. Jake Veneri had 18 points. Jackson Trego had 14. They very well balanced scoring with this team. As we said, Jake Veneri, he's 0. He scores 8 points a game, 4.3 rebounds. Jackson Travaskis, he's a junior. He scores 7.5 points a game. He's number 2. Number 3, Zeke Hanley, very good defensive player. And we're going to have the national anthem. We'll be back and break down this game even more. All right, and rounding out that lineup for the Voorhees Vikings, Jackson Trego, 9.3 points per game, 3.2 rebounds. He's got 19 threes. And number 25, Robbie Casvel, he has 7.8 points per game, 4.0 rebounds. Let's talk about the Sparta team. The first thing we got to talk about, Brian, is one of their best shooters, Connolly, out with a head injury, Tyler Conley.
Yeah, he's got a concussion that he's just gone into protocols today, so he'll be out. I guess it's for a week or so, but that's going to be a big blow to them because he's had a really good year offensively. He's had games over 30 points this year, and he can really stroke it, so they're going to miss his outside shooting. The good news for Sparta is they've got some depth, and they should be able to overcome that.
Talk about the Sparta in general, the team in general. I mean, they won it last year. A lot of these guys got time on that team last year. Talk about them stepping up. You got LaShem Little, number 11, scoring about 12 points a game. Patrick Connors does a good job. He's number 10 starting lineup. Brandon Jofield, number 2, scoring about 3 points a game. Hayden Kopko's getting the start. And Christian Grubbs, who scores about 12 points a game, number 24. Voorhees in the visiting white, and Sparta in the home Columbia blue.
Yeah, Sparta only starting one senior now. They graduated a class last year where they had, I think, 9 or 10 seniors. So they're actually starting 3 sophomores this year, a junior and a senior. But it's a talented young team that's going to continue to get better.
In and out. And we'll stay here with Sparta taking the 3 there. Hayden Kopko, a sophomore. So again, Coach Brian Brennan knows they're going to play zone, and without Connolly, they have to figure out different ways to break down the zone.
Yeah, Christian Grubbs is going to be a big factor, as he always is with his big body, looking to really pound them down low.
Stuck down there, and we'll have a foul on the floor. Brandon Jofield will draw the foul. He's got that big body like the older Zabo and
yes,
Kobe Plods, all those big guys, that typical Sparta body. They dump it into Grubbs. Shem Little looking for Jofield. Turnover. Voorhees will get it back. And here comes some Sparta pressure.
looks like Sparta's going to start in a straight man-to-man with a little bit of pressure.
Voorhees will bring it up. Jackson Trago. Again, he had a big game against Pope John, 14 points. And as you said, the winner will play the winner of Hunter and Central and North Warren. The number 3 seed, Hunter and Central, always good. They've dominated at times in this tournament, winning several titles. They interrupted Pope John's little run when Pope John won 5, and then Pope John the next year came back and won another one. But Sparta won their second title last year, so 3-man crew, and we have some fouls.
That's right. Yeah, Voorhees thought it was all ball, and then incidental contact afterwards. The refs disagreed, but I like Voorhees coming out in a little 1-2-1-1 full court press to start.
Trey Hill picks up the foul, his first, team second. This is Patrick Connors. We just watched his sister Abby have a great game in their win over Vernon in the HWS. Working inside the Grubbs, post up strong, can't get the go. Rebound pulled down by the Vikings. Travaskis.
But that's what we're talking about. Grubbs is going to be able to get those shots down low.
And just block one right there. Sparta looking to push, Little put on the brakes. Step back 3, can't get it to go. Rebound pulled down by the Vikings. So a couple of nice boards there. Jackson Travaskis.
As you said earlier, Dan, similar teams in the sense that they both play in good divisions and they're both younger, playing a lot of sophomores and juniors. So a real good building and learning year for both teams.
Spotting up for 3, knocking it down is Grubbs.
And Grubbs has that. He's got a little bit of outside game to match his strong inside game.
Travaskis brings it up. Poke from behind. Good hands there by Little. We talked about that Valley division with Montgomery. I got to see them earlier in the year. They are studs. On the inbounds, nicely done. And that's Robbie Casavan.
Sparta trying to get it in quick to avoid that pressure, to no avail. Voorhees sets up with discipline immediately.
Spotting up for 3 from the corner. All net for the Spartans. Hayden Kopko.
Kopko can do that. If he's going to be open, he's going to hit the majority of those shots.
They get the start tonight with the injury to Connolly.
And that's exactly what they need, filling in for Tyler Connolly. You're going to have to knock down those threes.
Both teams are very rugged defensively, and we're going to get a foul. Brian Brennan, winningest coach in Sparta history, which is tremendous considering Dennis Tobin plied his trade here. Brian's done an amazing job with this program. 2 HWS titles, including last year. Foul on Sparta was on number 10, Patrick Connors. And missed both. Rebound pulled down by Little.
And Voorhees stays up, even on a defensive rebound by Sparta. They're going to look to pressure you a little bit. Good defense here.
Zeke Hanley getting in there. And he forces the turnover, grabbing his Travaskis. Nice look inside and unable to finish. Tap no good. Rebound pulled down by Grubbs. Sparta will look to bring it up.
Neither team really looking to get up and down the floor, but you got to give credit to both defenses. They want to slow the tempo down.
Grubbs, nicely done.
He's showing a little bit of everything early on. We saw that three, and then here he is attacking the basket with that big body.
Big man's got 5. Good ball pressure defense there by LaShem Little. Talking to Coach Kevin Schaefer, he said the last time he was here was 2018, and Sparta went on a buzzer beater. Step back, no good. Rebound pulled down by Jofield. Grubbs, tough shot, can't get it to go, and playground move works.
There you go. He's not going to stop even after a missed shot. He's an excellent rebounder on both the offensive and defensive side. So when they put a shot up, when he puts a shot up, Voorhees really has to put a body on him and find him right away.
Sparta 3-7 in the American Division, which houses Del Barton. Jofield gets tied up. Sparta will keep it.
But they've really steadied themselves over the last few weeks. You know, they got off to a bit of a rough start with some of their younger, inexperienced players, but now they're starting to play much better, even in the division.
Well, they got a win over Brian Brennan's buddy from Newton, Mike Herzenberg,
Right.
48-46 over Par Hills. Grubbs had 23, Little had 11.
And Par Hills is having a really good year.
Though they ventured up to Sussex County the last couple of Saturdays,
Yes.
and things haven't gone their way, unfortunately, for Mike, who was a tremendous player at Newton.
And they'll actually be playing in up at Newton sometime, I think, mid-February. So he's really making the rounds up in Sussex County.
Yes, he is. Paul Filan, the head coach of Newton, was a former great player at Newton himself, so was Herzenberg. Good hands. Turnover. Fineri. And he gets over to Trago. Good aggressive half-court defense. No shock there by Sparta. Sparta with the early 6-point lead, 8-2. Kick to the corner, shoot the 3, in and out. There's Shem Little with the rebound. Good ball movement here by the Spartans. Jofield, and he's blocked, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Excellent ball movement there by Sparta. That's something that they have to make sure that they're doing, especially against this zone, is not just catch and hold the basketball. They got to catch and move it so they can shift that zone around to try to get a great shot.
Foul will be on number 23, Jackson Trago. That's his second. He'll head to the bench. Checking in for Voorhees, number 1, Logan Derini. Derini. No good on the free throws, and will be Voorhees' ball with 2:48 to go in the opening quarter. So Sparta looking for a sweep over Vikings.
That's right.
Vernon Vikings on the girls' side, Voorhees Vikings on the boys' side, and both will share a bus down at 100 Central, I imagine, on Saturday.
We're seeing something different this year from Sparta. Usually that press we've seen is a 1-2-2
Yes.
for years, but they're going more to a man-to-man press this year to mix it up with the personnel that they currently have.
And good hustle here. Who's going to get to it? And it will be over and back, correct? And checking in for Sparta, number 4, Shane Hoover. Shane coming off a very solid first year of playing quarterback for Frank Marciano and the Spartans.
Yeah, he's a heck of an athlete.
Sure is, just a sophomore. Mom was a great athlete at Lenape Valley. Joanne. Field hockey, basketball, softball.
Looks like they're going to talk about this because that ball went over, but they're asking if did someone actually touch it before it went out of bounds.
Where would the ball would be inbounded?
Correct.
That's what I kind of said, over and back.
Yeah, exactly. Because it looks like both teams were there, but neither wanted to touch it.
Right. On the inbounds, they try to work it in. They were looking for Hoover. Hoover's dad was a good athlete at Lenape Valley as well. On the inbounds, they'll get it into Joe Field. Stolen. Here come the Vikings with the take and the charge. Taking the charge. This is no, Joe Field. Great job as Dureni was trying to take it to the hoop, and a great job stepping in.
And he hit the ground like a ton of bricks there as well. My goodness. But that's what Joe Field will provide, a lot of the dirty work stuff, which is vital to any team.
That pressure defense now from Voorhees. Little 2-2-1. This is Little.
And Voorhees really likes to extend that half-court zone.
And knock it down to 3 is David Masbach, who's checked in.
And Masbach coming in quick.
11-2. And we're going to have another charge.
Great job by the Sparta Spartans, stepping in on almost consecutive plays, sacrificing their bodies, and drawing the charge.
And Coach Schaefer's going to call a timeout. He's already got 14 fouls, five team fouls, and that foul was on Jackson Trevaskis, who was trying to attack the basket. So that's always a good sign when you can draw 2 charges in the first quarter.
Without a doubt, especially somebody that just came off the bench and is going to make an impact, not only by hitting the 3, but then getting back and making a good defensive play. And you don't see as many charges nowadays, I feel like, you know. But so you get 2 in a row here, and that shows you what kind of defense these guys are coming up with and what kind of mentality that they're here to win. They'll sacrifice their body. It doesn't matter what it takes. And they're going to keep on pushing, and they're off to a good start here at 11-2.
Absolutely. Quick lead for the Spartans, who, as we said, coming off the win over to Par Hills. Tough loss to Chatham. They've just been up and down with the 7-9 record, just shows that. I mean, they have a win over Mendham, and Mendham's very good this year.
Yeah, I think this is, like I said, you have a young team like this. You got a lot of sophomores playing, some juniors. You're trying to get them experience, especially in that division that is really, really strong. And you take the wins that you can get and you build, and you want to start winning towards February and playing at your best, and they're starting to do that. And then you start looking towards, okay, what can we build over the next couple of years? This is the foundation of that.
Sparta's next game will be Thursday against Pope John, always a good one. And talk about the schedule. Voorhees' next game is against Del Val. The game after that would be if they win against Hunter and Spencer. If it's not, it's against Montgomery.
Jeez. No rest for the weary.
No.
My word.
Good defense by the Vikings. Stole. And off the glass. Nicely dug, keeping the body in control.
Yes.
Was Dureni.
That's exactly right. I think that's what they talked about in the timeout. Is let's be a little bit more controlled, add our 2-foot jump stop, and be in less foul trouble.
Right. Because Sparta will be in the bonus for the final minute plus here as Voorhees has 5 team fouls. Little gets tied up in the paint. On the run out, and a nice finish there by Jake Vernieri.
Very nice, letting the defense fly by. Again, 2-foot jump stop is going to lead to more control on the offensive end.
This pressure defense has done a nice job. Let's see, taking it to the basket. Little put back by Grubbs, no good. And Voorhees fighting their way back to trailing 11-6 with under 30 seconds to go first quarter.
Excellent stretch out of that timeout by Voorhees.
Bringing it back out, Vernieri. Tries to take Hoover. Good job by Hoover defensively. They swing it over for 3, no good. Taken there by Kyle Beers, who's checked in. 2 seconds to go. Good if it goes, and it's blocked. Good defense there by Robbie Cazavel. So 1 quarter in the books here. First round action of the Hunter Warren Sussex tournament. It's 6-seeded Sparta with an 11-6 lead over number 11 Voorhees. We'll be back here with second quarter action on Brian Thomas Basketball right after this. All right, we're back here, second quarter action on Brian Thomas Basketball. Dan Cleary along with Brian Thomas. Hey, a big shout out to Sparta's #1 fan, Charlie Culver. I was going to say former Marine, but there's no such thing. You're a Marine
right.
for life. Charlie, the biggest fan here. He's been battling some illness, and he just got a clean bill of health. That's the best news I've heard in a long time. You've known Charlie forever as well.
Forever.
It's awesome.
Excellent news. We're so happy for Charlie and his family. Talk about Mr. Sparta. I mean, there is no second place, to be honest with you.
Nope.
He is everywhere all the time, and we love Charlie, and we're so happy to hear that news.
He was a star athlete at West Orange High School back in the day, and then served our country proudly during the Vietnam era as a Marine. And a lot of people just know him as a very good insurance salesman.
That's
now,
right.
Now retired.
That's right.
He's still playing pickup basketball.
He sure is.
77. Up and under, tough shot. Can't get it to go.
Looks like it might have been an up and down.
Yeah. Brian, your thoughts on that first quarter? Pull up 3, not able to get it as Mausbach.
But Sparta came out pretty well, Dan, and went to that 11-2 lead. And then a big timeout by Coach Schaefer when they really changed their strategy a little bit to cut into that lead. You know, they were in danger of being down 12 or 13 points, and they're only 5, which I think they're fortunate to be. But they're starting to feel each other out a little bit, and I expect this is going to be a competitive game throughout.
Pat Connors checks back in. Pineri, nice dump inside, little flick shot, no good. Rebound pulled down by the Spartans. Hayden Kopko. The Shem Little, nice look. Mausbach trapped, swings it back out. Spotting up, short, good board there by Little, gives it back to the big man, and he's blocked. That's 3 blocks unofficially for Robbie Casavel.
Yeah, he's got that length, and he uses it well, and he does a great job of blocking without fouling. I'm impressed so far with this Voorhees defense. Their zone is extremely active.
Yes, indeed. Again, don't want to belabor the point, but their schedule is amazing.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a foul on the Spartans. First foul of the quarter, and first foul on David Mausbach. 2 shots coming up for the Voorhees Vikings. Derini will take the first shot. Can't get it to go.
And they've missed a number of free throws so far early on in this game, and sometimes first and second quarter you don't think about that stuff, and then next thing you know in the fourth quarter you're down 3. You're like, we missed 5 free throws in the first half.
Absolutely, 1 or 2.
Here comes that pressure once again. A little 2-2-1.
Little gets rid of it. Good job. Connor swings it over. They're going to try to double that ball whenever they can, huh?
They sure are. And again, they are so active, and I like how they extend that zone defense in the half court.
Connor's left alone. Can't get it to go. Back rim. Battle for the board. Good job by Little to get there. Little runner teardrop, no good by Mausbach. And we'll have a foul on the rebound.
Gotta love the activity for both teams. Sparta's got a number of offensive rebounds. They haven't really converted yet, but they are right there in the mix.
So Sparta going to bring their little pressure defense here.
Straight man-to-man, trying to keep the ball handle in front of them, disrupt that half-court offense just a little bit.
Durani's done a nice job coming off the bench.
Yeah.
Little gets rid of it. Baseline, Mausbach trapped, sends it out. Steve Nash style.
That's right.
The kids even know who he is anymore. He's only been retired for a few years.
I hope so, Dan.
Another block. So protecting that paint inside. Doing a great job is Casavel.
And their communication is excellent. I mean, you could hear it even over the fans. I mean, they're active on defense. They communicate, which is really the 2 main pillars of being a good defensive team.
Long 3, no good. Zeke Hanley's 3, no good. Battle for the board. Connors will come out with it. Dad on the bench, Tim, also the outstanding boys soccer coach and former teammate of Brian Thomas.
That's correct. Many moons ago.
He was a senior when you were a sophomore, right?
Junior went out. Yeah, he was a year ahead of me. So we have a lot of good times and memories together on the basketball court.
And again, here come the Vikings. Dureni up, can't get it to go. Battle for the board. Stay here with the Vikings.
A lot of good times, a lot of memories, and most importantly, Dan, a lot of wins.
There you did.
That's what matters, right?
Absolutely. Christian Hansen will check in, number 13, and number 12, Brady Shagwa.
Something else we're seeing from Sparta that's a little bit different is they're already gone 8-9 deep.
Voorhees with the offensive board, battling inside, second chance, and there's a foul. Jackson Trevikas doing a good job battling on the boards.
With Grubbs now out of the game, it's going to take all 5 guys to find bodies and make sure they're boxing out, because they cannot rely on Christian Grubbs to do all the dirty work for them. And even with Joe Field out of the game as well. So they're a little bit smaller here, so this is a big stretch as far as rebounds go for Sparta.
We've only had 1 point here in the first 3:55 of the second quarter. It was 11-6 after one period. Third foul on Sparta, and the first foul on Hansen.
I think you got to credit the defenses, Dan. Yeah,
absolutely.
Just so much activity on both sides.
And double dribble, a little walk, pick your poison there.
Yeah.
And Brian Brennan's going to call another timeout with 3:51 to go.
I want to give a shout out to Dolan & Dolan Law Firm located in Newton, New Jersey. They're a firm with more than 100 years of experience in successfully handling your legal issues. Roger Thomas of the firm is a certified workers' compensation attorney who has successfully handled thousands of cases for injured workers. Let his experience work for you. Call him at 973-383-1600. Also, shout out to the Sparta Boys Booster Club for sponsoring the game today. And so happy that Anthony Francos is a big part of the support for both the Sparta boys and girls program. And don't forget to check out BrianThomasBasketball.com. We have our spring AAU tryouts coming up this coming Sunday, February 4th, right here at Sparta High School. 3rd grade all the way up through high school kids. And we're looking forward to that. So check it out at BrianThomasBasketball.com.
All righty. So 11-7 on score. We thought this would be a defensive battle. Both teams coming in with defensive reputations, and they've lived up to it.
Yeah, without a doubt. And we got some turnovers that are happening, but again, sometimes that's because the offense is making bad decisions, but sometimes it's because defense is playing really aggressively. And I think right now, so far, it's been the latter. And we'll see which team can pry the lid off of the hoop first and make a bit of a run. Is Sparta going to get this to 10 points at the half? Is Voorhees going to try to wrestle this lead away and be up by 1 or 2 at the half? Time will tell.
Well, number 25, Casville, done a great job defensively. Number 25, 3 or 4 blocks. He's made his presence known. Another turnover out of a timeout. Coach's nightmare. Driving hard to the basket is Trevikas. And Voorhees trailing by 2.
That's 11-9. That's one thing, Dan, we haven't seen yet is turnovers that have been converted to baskets. And Voorhees finally did that on their side. Let's see if they can do it again. So currently you have even a younger roster right out there now for Sparta.
Connors tries to fight through the screen. Pineri had the big game against Pope John in the preliminary round of the HWS. From beyond the arc, no good. Rebound comes down. Connors gets it, circles back, gets it to LaShawn Little. Swings it over. Good ball movement. Corner 3, and it's good. Good job there by the Spartans. Hayden Kopko with another tray.
Great ball movement by Brady Shagawat. And his second of the day, Hayden Kopko knocking it down. As we talked about, filling in for Tyler Conley. Someone's going to have to step up and hit threes, and he's done that.
2:35 to go in the half. Christian Grubbs looking to check back in with Joe Field, excuse me. On the handoff, catch and shoot 3, short. Rebound pulled down by Little, and he draws the foul.
Now Sparta's going to get a little more of that muscle back into the game.
Yes, indeed. Grubbs will come in. Joe Field will come in. Sparta won their first title in 2018. Jack Kavanaugh, Dante Jofield, Alex Podolowski.
Quick shout out to Alex Podolsky. Just scored his 1,000th point at Penn State Abington, only the 4th person to ever do so.
That's incredible. Connors for 3, short. Aiden Mistandri on that team, Big Cam Riley.
Right.
That was a good, great clip.
Very good.
Beat Phillipsburg in the championship. Last year, Sparta beat Hackettstown.
Jonathan Cristillo, MVP of that year.
Yes, indeed. With his defense and ball handling.
Yeah.
Thinks he's got a mismatch here. They're going to clear out. Swings it out to the corner for the 3. Good basketball right there by Voorhees, and draining the 3s, Kyle Beers.
Beautiful driving dish, but most importantly, delivered the pass right on the money to his teammate.
That's right. Jofield, tough shot, can't get it to go. Rebound pulled down by the Vikings. Ranieri sends it back, and we'll have walk.
Just drag that left foot, pivot just enough for the officials to call that travel going down the other way.
14-12 with 2 defensive-minded teams going at it. Good job breaking the press.
And that's where it's going to be open, is that soft underbelly of the middle. That's where they got to look to get it to, and then either look to attack or kick it back out and reset.
Connors back rims it. Grubbs trying to rip down the board. The big guy still has it, battling, and it's a hell ball. Great job by Voorhees. Brian Brennan looking for a foul.
Yeah, so is Christian Grubbs. He thought he had arms all over him. Official said, no, hands were on the basketball.
Little inbound for Sparta.
Look at Grubbs coming right down the middle, and now quick seal and post up. They got him.
Tough shot for Little, can't get it to go. Brian Brennan looking for the deflection, not going to get it.
Yeah, Little thought the same thing. Patrick Connor's going to get up and pressure the basketball.
Kyle Beers bringing it up for the Vikings. Gets it to Vernieri. Beers for 3, can't get it to go. 35 seconds to go in the first half. Little. Jofield sends it back over. Aiden Kopko's got 2 threes tonight. 22 seconds to go. $14. Good defense here. Connor's doing a nice job. Doesn't want to get a 5. Gives it up. 7 seconds left. Kopko swings it over. We're going to have a foul. And that's going to be on Grubbs.
Yeah, they got him for a moving screen. Christian thought he was grabbing his jersey. And now we got 4.8 left, which is plenty of time to get a good shot off.
That's 2 on Grubbs, Brian. So
Yeah.
we'll go to the bench. Good move there. You don't want to pick up a silly 3rd here on a final shot.
Absolutely.
Shackelbach checks back in. 3 seconds, plenty of time. Good if it goes. Off the back of the glass, no good. So a grinded out defensive battle here at Sparta. First round action of the 100 Warren Sussex tournament. Our score, 6-seeded Sparta 14, 11-seeded Voorhees 12. We'll take a break. We'll be back with 3rd quarter action here on Brian Thomas Basketball. All right, welcome back to Sparta High School here in Sparta Township. As Brian Thomas Basketball presents, Hunter Warren Sussex Basketball Tournament action first round. And it's 6-seeded Sparta with a 14-12 lead over number 11 Voorhees, Dan Cleary, along with the aforementioned Brian Thomas. Brian?
Yeah, we want to thank Dolan and Dolan Law Firm today, located in Newton, New Jersey. They're a firm with more than 100 years of experience. You could reach out to Roger Thomas. He's a certified workers' compensation attorney. You can reach him at 973-383-1600. And thanks so much to the Sparta Boys Booster Club for sponsoring the game today here as well.
All right, your thoughts on that very defensive-minded first half, 14-12.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what it was. I mean, they're locked down on both ends. It's only a matter of time before both teams start hitting more shots. I mean, I have a hard time believing this game is going to end up under 30. But you got to give these guys credit. I mean, both teams are coming out here fighting, getting in passing lanes, communicating, talking, and defensive rebounding. And that's what's leading to our low score at 14-12.
And every shot's almost contested, almost every shot.
No doubt.
No easy looks tonight. Little. Foul on the floor.
And neither team is really settling a lot for jump shots either. I mean, both teams are trying to get into the paint and get into the lane and really try to attack the basket. So we'll have to keep an eye on foul trouble as well, because that's going to continue to mount if these teams continue to attack, which I think they will.
Zeke Hanley picking up the foul, team's first here early in the quarter. Good job by Jofield not to turn it over. Little runner short. Battling for the ball, and we'll have another held ball. Grubbs thinks he was fouled again.
A couple of strong dudes going at it there.
Yeah, they are.
Both of them basically had a vice grip on that ball.
They'll get it into Jofield. And that'll go out of bounds. Brian Brennan not happy with that. Again, if you're just joining us, the winner will play the winner of number 3, Hunter and Central, number 14, North Warren. Hunter and Central, a couple of nice players, Landon Marsh, Cameron Diogene. Great hustle. Scramble. Hands all over the place.
That's what Dan, that's what we talked about Jofield will do for you. He's going to get a lot of that dirty work stuff. I mean, he just dove, 20 feet? It
yes,
seemed
indeed.
like, and secured another possession for the Spartans.
Little. Jump stop. Runner. Good.
Great job by Little of extending up and over the defense after that 2-foot jump stop.
Every shot contested. Everyone playing tough defense. We'll have a whistle.
And you talk about the youth of both of these teams, but, the way these guys play, and these are two talented teams, you got to figure there's going to be a lot of success coming their way in the next couple of years.
Oh, absolutely.
Not just the rest of this year, but into next year and into the following year, as a lot of these guys become seniors on both sides of the basketball. There's a lot of potential here.
Stolen. Jofield looks to take to the basket, stripped. That was a terrific defensive play.
It really was. Somehow got his hands in there on the basketball.
Derini, great job. Sparta will keep it. Get it into Connors, swing it over to the corner. Little baseline turnaround, no good. Rebound pulled down by the Vikings, they'll bring it up. Jackson Trago.
There's that defense once again by
Absolutely.
Jofield on the ball.
Strap it up tonight there, Brian. Good hands again by Little. We'll stay here with the Vikings. Little teardrop and it goes. 16-14, Derini. Looking for the answer is Little. He'll go to the line and shoot two.
Nice shot by Little of pushing the pace there. They've had such a hard time. I mean, both teams, obviously 16-14, been grinding out, trying to get open looks. So, you know what? Push that tempo, even on a made basket. Get it and go. Obviously, Little's got the speed in order to do that. So sometimes mix it up, take it out of the basket, man, take off and go.
Second foul on the Vikings, and it'll be the third on Trejo with 5:45 to go in the third quarter.
And they're going to leave him in the game for now.
Knocks down both. 18-14. And good job again defensively by Little. Ball still loose. Look at the hustle again by Joe Field.
Amazing.
Wow. He took a shot, too.
He did. Little got a piece of it first, which led to a loose ball. And then, of course, Joe Field diving after it once again to secure it. Coach Brennan calling a timeout.
Call a 30-second timeout. With Sparta holding a 18-14 lead over the Vikings. Again, the Spartans, the defending champs of the Hunter Warren Sussex tournament. Top seed is Peaburg. Coach Todd Sigerfus does a great job with that program. Matt Skirbo, terrific player. Andrew Martin, Amir Heron. They have their only loss this year. They're 14-1 coming in today. Their only loss was a very good Watchung Hills team. So it puts them at 14-1. And not the prohibitive favorite, but we talked about in the girls where Pope John was not a soft #1 seed.
Right.
Peaburg is a rock solid #1. But Del Val, Francis DeVere, he get lighted up. Eric Clemmer. DeVere's got 53 pointers last time I checked.
Ooh.
So not a wide open tournament, but should be very competitive.
Anytime you can hit threes at that level, you could change the game pretty quickly as Lashem Little finishes at the rim.
Yes, he does. And a 6-point lead is almost like a 12-point lead.
Yeah.
20-14. Little doing a nice job to start this third quarter.
He's doing a great job attacking the basket and changing the pace and the tempo.
First foul on the Spartans will be a shooting foul. Casavel will go to the line. Picking up the foul, Grubbs his third. Scored on the first one. Checking back in for Sparta, Shane Hoover.
Coach Brennan telling Christian Grubbs, next time you're back in the game, just give him a little bit of space. Give him a little bit of space so he doesn't blow right by you, and they'll have to pick up one of those ticky-tacks.
Right, got to be smart. Here comes that pressure defense again from the Vikings. Swing it back up top.
Which, if nothing else, has slowed down just Spartans' tempo, so they have to now grind it out. That's why they're not getting a lot of easy ones.
Connors with a little ball fake. I think Brian Brennan wanted him to take that.
Sure did.
Little stripped by Venieri. Good job of Sparta getting back on defense. He spins and he draws the foul. Great job by Jake.
He's had a really nice game today, just controlling the basketball. He hasn't really turned the ball over. He's a nice little player.
His older brother Justin was a good player here at Voorhees. They were in 2022. They had a 17-8 season. Last year in the tournament, they beat Sussex Tech and then lost to Vernon in the second round. Eden Piero and Connor Dugan on that team. Duggan and Justin Wistuba. So 2015 remains our score. 4:35 to go here in the third quarter. Grind it out.
Voorhees doing a better job in the second half of closing out on Hayden Kopko. They realized after the first half that he can knock that down, and they're making his life a little bit more difficult.
Sparta will get it. Third foul on the Voorhees Vikings. First on Venieri. Bodies are flying tonight, Brian.
Well, these guys are really getting after it. I mean, so what I like is we talked about this earlier, even with Voorhees in that zone, it's not a soft zone. They're not laying back.
Not at all.
So there's a lot of ball pressure on both sides. There's a lot of tip balls, and they're doing a pretty good job of guarding that ball handler without creating a lot of fouls.
Jofield kicks it out. Ooh. Now taking the three. Can't get it to go. Board by Casavel. The Vikings look to push.
Casavel's had a solid game.
He's got it right now. He makes a nice spin move with the mismatch, and he scores.
Excellent footwork there by Casavel, finishing with that left hand with the soft touch.
2017 our score, under 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Nice response here by Voorhees.
And they've done it with defense. Little, front rim, battle for the board. That's a terrific rebound. Jackson Trago. Pineri gives it up. Inside to the big man. Turns around, soft touch, can't get it to go. Rebound Little. Good shot though.
Yeah, Sparta got away with one there because they're switching everything, and they ended up with a big-time mismatch.
And looking to hit the three and knocking it down is Shane Hoover.
And Sparta needed that. Any offense they can generate off the bench is going to be hugely beneficial for them.
On the roll, nicely done, and one.
He has had an amazing third quarter, especially the moment Grubbs went down with that third foul. He's really taken advantage on the offensive end.
He's got a nice touch around the basket, too.
He sure does. And with both hands.
Javasquez and Beers check back in for Voorhees. Foul on the Spartans is on Hayden Kopko, his first, team's third. Each team with 3 fouls here in the third quarter. Rattles in, makes the three-point play.
Here comes that 2-2-1 once again. You got to look middle, you got to look opposite.
Three-point game. Pull-up jumper, Connors can't get it to go. Put back Hoover.
Instant offense for Hoover these last couple of possessions. Right place, right time on that putback.
He's not going to back away.
No.
He's played quarterback against Ramapo, Mount Olive, all those guys. He's not going to be afraid to mix it up.
No, he is not.
On the inbound, the Vikings will go to work. Gets the screen. Swings it back out. Beers. He's going to keep it. Can't get it to go. Good rebound pulled down by the Spartans, Hayden Kopko. As we approach 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Sparta holding a 5-point lead. Looking to advance. They are the defending champs, and they are still the champs until someone knocks them off. And that'll be a legal screen on Joefield. And that'll be the 4th foul on the Spartans here in the third quarter.
That's what we expected, though. No team's able to get out to a double-digit lead. I mean, this is a back and forth. Right when you think Sparta has the momentum, then Voorhees seizes it back and vice versa.
Two very physical teams going at it. Turnaround shot, and he drops it in. Nicely done there by Jackson Trago.
Just nice to see a mid-range jump shot.
Yeah, right? Lost art. Pressure defense again. Sparta breaks it inside. Hoover can't get it to go. That was at least got a piece of it or misdirected it. Was Cazavel.
But that's how you break that press. You look to get it to the middle. You look to attack with the dribble, then a quick drop-off bounce pass. I mean, it was executed well, which was great defense by Voorhees.
Connors will pick up. Sparta fans trying to get into it now with about 1:10 left in the quarter. They're holding a 3-point lead. They work it inside. Great hands. Joefield looking to push, and we'll stay here with Sparta. Even though Sparta's winning, it doesn't feel like it.
No.
The way Voorhees has played the last few seconds.
Yeah.
Last few minutes, excuse me. But Sparta does have the 3-point lead, the ball, and under a minute to go here in the third quarter.
I'll be curious to see if we see Christian Grubbs to start the fourth quarter, or if they're going to wait a few minutes and buy a little bit more time. My guess is we're probably going to see him right away.
Hoover swings it over. We run a little clock, 40 seconds to go. Where these teams are playing defense, I was going to say next best shot, and it's Connors for 3.
Excellent ball movement by the Spartans on that play. See if they can get a stop here and try to even extend their lead a little bit more.
Trago, Joefield all over him.
That's just great one-on-one defense.
Certainly is. 17 seconds. Joefield going at it with Trago. He gets the steal. plenty of time. They're at the rush it. Lashem Little up and under.
Once again, led by Jofield on the defensive end, leading to that offense and an 8-point lead. What a huge last two possessions there for Sparta, Dan.
5-0 run to give themselves a 30-22 lead. We'll take a break. We'll be back with fourth quarter action live here on Brian Thomas Basketball. Oh, thank you, buddy. All right, we're back here at Sparta High School on Brian Thomas Basketball, and it's been a grinded out, hard-nosed football score, 30-22. Dan Cleary along with Brian Thomas of Brian Thomas Basketball. Brian, your thoughts on what we saw in that third quarter? Great finish by Sparta, sparked by Jofield's defense, a three for Connors, and Little with a terrific drive to the basket. And right away, an answer, Jackson Trevakis.
Just as you say that, as we feel like Sparta's going to take control, boom, Voorhees comes back, and that's the microcosm of this game, back and forth. And as expected, Christian Grubbs back into the game for Sparta.
Great rebound by Deerenny.
And they're going to ride the hot hand here, leaving Shane Hoover in the game.
Again, he's not going to back away from the pressure. Deerenny swings it back out. Little roll going action. Good job by the Spartans to pick that up. Hayden Kopko, good job.
Yeah, and they do look to switch everything, as you can tell here with the players that they have. They feel like everybody can guard everybody.
And on the putback, reading that right away was Travaskis.
You still got to make sure you're finding bodies.
So he's on a 5-0 run, cuts it to a three-point game. This is Connors. Inside, Hoover can't get it to go. Rebound pulled down by the Vikings. Cazavel. Nice look inside. Big guy finishes. Nice touch. What a start to the quarter. We're going to get a timeout. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, no question about that. Excellent job by Voorhees of just coming out with fire, getting the shots that they want, getting some defensive stop. They got fortunate with a missed layup on the other end, but then they took advantage of it. And that's what you got to do. So here we are once again. You think Sparta's going to take control of this game, and we're back to a one-point lead.
We couldn't even talk about the momentum they built because Voorhees was having none of it.
That's exactly right.
And again, might be beating a dead horse, but when you play the games and teams they play against, Pingree, Warren Hills, North Hunterdon, Del Val, Montgomery, Pingree. I mean, it's as strong as the division is what the coach said. He said, our division is as strong as it's been, and we're as young as we've been.
Yes, which makes it tricky, but it also gives you a lot of experience, and it gives you a chance to learn a whole lot. And it certainly helps you when you go outside of your conference and play other teams, because you feel like you've already played some of the best teams in the state, so what do we have to lose now?
Absolutely. Kevin Schaefer doing a great job with this program. Again, former player at Voorhees and played at Monmouth for Dave Calloway.
Don't forget to check out BrianThomasBasketball.com. We got our spring AAU tryouts coming up this coming Sunday, February 4th, right here at Sparta High School. Third graders all the way up through high school guys, and we've got our President's Day shooting clinic coming up. Guess when that is, Dan? It's on President's Day. I know. It's crazy, right?
I was checking my phone.
I know. The creativity is off the charts. So check it all out at BrianThomasBasketball.com.
All right, Sparta Bring it up, pressure defense. Vikings a 7-0 run to start the quarter. To give to Hoover. He finishes this time.
Nice job by Little, just using that sideline and turning on the Jets to get right by multiple defenders, and a beautiful pass to Hoover for the finish.
Looking for the big guy. Good thought, kicking it out. And good hands there by Patrick Connors. I like that basketball IQ right there. There was nothing much for him. Instead of forcing it, kicked it out.
Without a doubt. And once again, with Grubbs out of the game, Sparta's got to be very careful with Casavell getting on that switch and being wide open underneath the basket.
On the inbound.
Tough.
Nicely done. Venera using the body.
Tough using his body there. Strong.
1 point game. He had the big game against Pope John, 18 points. Stay here with Sparta.
he's convinced. He goes,
He's
I swear
hard.
he touched it. I swear he touched
He's
it.
working hard on the ref.
Official says, I didn't see it. Not,
Nope.
not today.
Connors will walk it up. This has been like a prize fight.
It has.
And normally zone defense is not known for that, but they play a tough zone. You described their zone. They match up when they get to a guy. Trying to dump it inside. Hoover swings it back. Little left alone. Catch and shoot three. Knocks it down.
Ooh. It's one of those broken plays, and then Lashem Little holding that follow through.
Back to a 4-point advantage. We approached 5 minutes ago. We're going to get a foul on Connors. First foul on the Spartans. And that'd be 3 on Patrick. And here comes Grubbs. Grubbs checks back in along with David Mosbach, who hit a 3 when he checked in earlier in the game.
And took a charge on back-to-back plays.
Yes, indeed.
So a lot of these bench guys that are coming in for Sparta have had a huge impact on the game today.
Backing in, gives it to the big man. They're using that strength. Soft touch, short. And then we'll stay here with the Vikings. Veneri, not the very biggest guy height-wise, but he's pretty stacked there. He's a pretty strong kid, powerful.
And he plays big.
Yes, he does, powerful.
He's looking to back down. He just got to basket the possession before, right there at the basket. So he's not afraid to use his body and actually use his size and kind of reverse to his advantage, because you don't think he's going to end up down there. Next thing you know, you're right on the block, and all he's got to do is turn around and shoot it. So he certainly knows what he's doing.
Schaefer calls the 30-second timeout. I know I'm old, but it will remind me when Mark Jackson,
yes,
he could, as a guard, posted up as well as anyone.
Yeah, that's a great call. I mean, and he would literally just pound it and back it down 3, 4, 5 dribbles, use some shot fakes, and look, it helps that he was also 6'7". I mean, he wasn't 6'7", but he's a 6'4" guard.
Yeah, Mark Jackson.
He's not a 5'9" guy, but. You don't see a lot of guards doing that, and he did it. Certainly, Magic did it. Who was legit 6'9".
He was legit 6'9".
But it's pretty impressive. So, got to watch out for the inbounders here. Always on these out of bounds plays.
And Coach Schaefer has some design, just like Brian Thomas said, and it's off. That's what they want.
Yeah.
Open shot. Sparta will get the rebound with a 4-point lead. Hoover. Gets it to Little. Little gonna attack the basket, blocked, and the foul. Foul might be on the body on number 1. I don't think it's on 25. We'll see.
Yeah, totally agree.
No, they're giving it to 25, it looks like. Yes, indeed. Big man picks it up. His first, team's first. Little will go to the line with 4:27 to go. It's the first one. Knocks down both. So he hit a 3, and now he's had a couple of free throws. Puts it back up to a 6-point advantage. Looking for the big man again. Good tap there by Little. On the run, they get it back to Lashem. Beautiful finish. And a timeout called by Voorhees.
Now with Sparta switching those, what's key is what you just saw from Lashem Little is that weak side help is huge, especially if that pass becomes a bit of a floating pass. And that's exactly what Little did. He read it like a cornerback. He came over and tipped it, and then of course comes flying up the sidelines, gets the pass back from his teammate for a beautiful finish of his own. Big play.
7-0 run for Lashem Little, a personal 7-0 run. Sparta gets their lead back up to 8.
And here we are again, though, Dan. You know, they're back up to 8, and every time they've been up 7-8, Voorhees has called a timeout and come right back. So this is now, you know, I think there's, what, about 4 minutes left or so.
Yes.
So this is going to be a big minute to 90-second stretch. Can Voorhees cut this back down to 5 or 6? We're going to find out soon enough.
Yeah, Coach Schaefer calling a timeout. Again, the winner will get the winner of North Warren Hunter and Central, which I think Hunter and Central already has one already. I'll have to check the score on that. But always a good club. Always, for how many years when Brian Glennon was the head coach, they would win the old Hunter and Warren tournament and then do battle with Pope John with all those great teams. It always gave Pope John a battle, but, you know, the Lions were able to win, I think it was 5 straight and then 6 out of 7.
Yeah, those were some loaded teams, that's for sure.
And Jermaine Lawrence had the best effort I've ever seen in a championship against Hunter and Central down at Peaburg. He went, I think it was 25, 15, 10 blocks, and like 9 or 10 steals.
And that's it?
That was it.
That's absurd. That's totally absurd.
So, might be the best effort I've ever seen in a championship game. Jermaine Lawrence from Pope John. And Hunter Central did win 74-37.
Doubling them up.
From the corner, no good. Put back the big guy.
All right, so here we go. Where he's not going to back down. Here they come with that press. They're stepping up the energy on it as well.
Grubbs. We'll have a foul, so Grubbs back in there.
And Smart looking to attack the basket hard. Getting to that free throw line.
4th foul on Jackson Trago. That's a big one.
Big one, for sure.
Yep, let's see if Coach Schaefer has him take a seat. We'll see. Down 6, I think he's got to play.
Yeah, totally agree with you.
Just be smart, but I think they're going to take him out. And they will.
It won't be for long.
Either decision, not a bad one.
Right.
40-33 our score. Grubbs hit the first one. Joe Field checks back in. He should be wearing a helmet tonight.
I was just going to say, every Voorhees player looked at the table like, oh, not this
back.
guy again.
There he is.
See?
Everything contested. Your head has to be on the swivel when number 2's on the floor.
Oh, yeah. Nothing easy. Nothing given.
Sparta with a 7-point lead, 3:35 to go here in the fourth quarter. The defending champs looking to move on. They will go on the road to play number 3, Hunter and Central, at some point on Saturday. And the Sparta girls will be down there as well. Coach Schaefer using another timeout. I think that's 4 for him.
I think so, too. He just wants to make sure that, gosh, guys, we got to get a great shot here.
Right.
So, you know what, let's just draw something up. Let's make sure we're all on the same page. He didn't like what he saw, so let's talk it over and make sure that we're doing exactly what we need to do in order to get a bucket here. And then what happens after that bucket, you know that press is coming.
Right. And out of the last time out, he did have a good inbounds play, in and out on the 3.
Right.
The kid was wide open in the corner. So Sparta holding on to that lead, the defending champs. The tournament will continue on Saturday with quarterfinal action. Semifinals will be the following Saturday, all at Wallkill Valley.
Love to hear that.
Last year they were at Warren Hills. And the championship, Friday the 16th at Centenary. Great atmosphere there. Looking forward to that. Dureni.
Tough.
Oh, very tough.
I'm not sure how that ball dropped.
Excuse me, that was Zeke Hanley. And there's a foul.
But I like what Sparta's doing here. So they were walking it up against that press and trying to find that middle guy and trying to find the holes. And now they're just getting it and they're going as quickly as possible so that presser doesn't affect them quite as much.
Hoover will go to the line. 3 fouls on the Vikings. Second foul on Dureni.
Still not sure how that shot went in for Hanley on the other end. I mean, he attacked hard and it looked like it was going to drop on the other side and then boom.
Rattles home the second, 42-35. Off the glass, too strong, Grubbs with the board.
And Grubbs with a great box out first and allowing that ball just to drop in his lap.
Connors. Little. This is where ball handling is going to be paramount.
Ball handling and foul shooting.
Yes, indeed. Tough shot for Hoover. Can't get it to go. Grubbs trying to get the rebound. And a held ball.
Looks that way.
Arrow goes Sparta's way. 2:24 to go. We'll get it in to Joe Field. They don't have to be in a rush here.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's what Coach Brennan's letting them know. Let's get a good one. Let's be patient.
Voorhees has 3 team fouls. 5 will put you in the bonus, which is automatic 2 shots.
They're not holding the ball, but they're certainly not looking for a bad shot either.
And that's a tough play there. Good defense again by the Vikings with 2 minutes to go.
Big possession here for Voorhees.
No doubt. That pick and roll trying to work it, but not as effective with Grubbs in there. 145. Tough shot off the glass. Rebound, Grubbs. We'll get it across. Grubbs smart. Don't force it. Get it out to your ball handlers. Connors, Joefield, and Little. Don't give up the foul. Gives him 4. .127 to go.
Got to take care of the ball here if you're the Spartans. The last thing you want to do is throw an errant pass and then have a wide open breakaway on the other end.
Foul on Veneri, his second. But get it in, tough spot, they'll give up the foul right away. I believe that's foul number 5, and it will be, and Grubbs will go to the line to shoot 2. So Sparta will be in the bonus from here on out. Dureni will pick up the foul, his 3rd. Grubbs will roll that in.
If you're Sparta, you take care of the basketball, you make free throws, you feel like you're going to walk out of here with a win, but still with 1:26 to go, there's a lot of time left.
Again, if you're Sparta, layups or free throws from here on out. 44-35, they extend that lead to 9 at the right time.
Yes. Does Voorhees have one more run in them?
Well, they have the energy for it, I'll give you that.
They sure do.
Whether they can execute, and there's a foul from behind Little, but I was on the floor. Only the 2nd foul on the Spartans. Little's first. Down by 9. Looking inside, good catch by the big man. Smartly gives it back out for 3. Back rim, rebound, and the foul. Cazavel will go to the line. He'll shoot 2. Again, the old Cardinal rule, don't foul because they can cut the lead, but
That's right.
take you no time off the clock. Brian, these are 2 pretty good teams at 6-10 and 7-9, right?
Yeah, their records certainly don't reflect who they are as teams, the talent they have, and certainly the grit that they have on both sides. Because I think that's the the #1 attribute that we've seen from both of these teams is just their willingness to fight and get on the floor for loose balls and get in the passing lanes and defend all the way up, not just half court but beyond. That has been the most impressive
We're gonna have a
part.
violation. Violation.
It was not on the shooter. I think someone stepped
in.
over to the three-point line before they can get the shot off.
And we'll have a timeout with 56 seconds to go. He missed the first, right? And then the second one was a violation. Should be 44-36. I think they're trying to fix that on the scoreboard
Yeah, they
right
are
now.
trying to fix it.
It's not 60.
Otherwise, there was a 24-point play that we just missed.
Wow, that's like Rock and Jock. Remember that at MTV?
Yes.
They'd have
He
a
shoot it out
24
here from the S.
Exactly. 24-foot rim.
Yep.
Guys on stilts.
Yeah.
Yes, I have 44-36.
Yeah. Let's see if they do.
No, 44-35 because he missed the first, second one was a violation.
Correct.
So we'll see what they come up with.
It doesn't matter as much now, but Grubbs now has 4. But certainly you're feeling comfortable if you're the Sparta Spartans.
I think this has been a very well officiated game.
No doubt. No doubt about it. I mean, look, if you ask the coaches or the players that, they'll always say no, right?
Of course.
But from our
vantage point,
yeah.
They give up the foul. 2 shots coming. Now, we've talked about this in previous broadcasts about the 5 common fouls
Right.
and the 2 free throws. With the automatic 2, when do you, I hate to use the term put up the white flag, but he hits 2 here, it's 46-35.
Yeah, I think if it's 2 or if it's 1 and 1, if you're down double digits under a minute to go, I mean, you're probably not going to be looking to foul all that much. It's just play solid defense. Try to get a couple more buckets, a couple steals.
But that three-pointer keeps everybody in the
It
game.
really does.
10-point lead for Sparta with 52 seconds to go. And nicely done, stepping to the line, knocking down both Hayden Kopko. 11-point lead, there's the 3. And on the rebound, we'll have a foul.
It looks like they're probably going to get Grubbs on that,
5.
which would be his 5th. I think they got him from behind on the box out.
4th foul on the Spartans.
But the good news for them is they're up 11 and there's 45 seconds left, as opposed to, 4.5 minutes left.
Right. And Coach Brennan was very judicious with his playing time.
Yes.
He's been playing in foul trouble most of the game.
Right.
So, to come out of here with a possible win with him in foul trouble and Connolly hurt.
Yeah.
Great job by Brian Brennan, Timmy Connors, and the Spartans.
And great job by the Sparta bench with Masbach coming in playing big, with Hoover coming in playing big. Kopko stepping up right away, hitting a couple of threes.
46-37. And I think he's out of timeouts, Coach. Because wouldn't he call a timeout after that made basket?
Yeah, correct.
And a steal. Little jump step, sends it back to the big man, and stripped. Nicely done there. Hayden Kopko. And that'll roll out. Coming out. I got 2 assists
Goal
today.
number 2 save for you today, Dan.
Yep.
Look at you.
Tony Miola, who? No one knows who even remembers him anymore. I was going to say Shep Messing.
There you go.
For our old fans. They work it into the big guy, and they really don't have to inbound it.
Correct.
So congratulations to Sparta. They're going to battle and fight and come away with a 46-39 victory over Voorhees. They will advance. They will play Hunter and Central in the HWS on Saturday. Sparta moved to 8-9. Voorhees will fall to 6-11. Voorhees will play Del Val next. Sparta will play Pope John before they make that trek down to Hunter and Central. So that'll wrap up our game coverage, but stay tuned for Brian Thomas with interviews. So thanks for joining us. I'm Dan Cleary. We'll see you again soon on the Brian Thomas Basketball.
Their press was really slowing you guys down, was methodical, and wasn't really allowing you guys to get into your offense or get up and down. But that second half, you had a nice spurt where you decided, hey, I'm going to turn on the jets, I'm going to use my speed, and I'm going to take off. What did you see that allowed you to make that happen?
I feel like instead of forcing the ball, when I started to play calm and just relax, I was able to do whatever I wanted for the most part. And then he stressed in the locker room that if we played the second half, a first half like that again, that we weren't going to win this game. So we started to relax, play cool and collected, and then we pulled out the victory.
Awesome. Congratulations. Great job. Shane, come on over here, buddy. So Tyler Conley was out of the game, so you're already losing a little bit of scoring. You came off the bench and not only played well offensively, but played really well defensively as well. Tell us about your mindset coming into the game, coming off the bench, how you foresee your role to be for this Spartans team.
You know, everything starts in practice. Coach Brennan obviously really portrays confidence going into the game. You know, he gave me everything we needed and all the team we needed to come in this game and succeed. So also with those guys, they got me good looks, and we just played good all around.
Awesome. Congratulations, man. Thank you. Great job. Coach, at this point of the year, a win's a win, right? And you just want to get wins. You got a young team. You got a young ball club that's very talented, that's going to make a lot of mistakes. Tell us about how do you feel from a month and a half ago to the progress to where they are now currently.
Oh, without a doubt, we've grown up on both sides of the ball. I mean, when the season started, we couldn't stop anybody on defense. Guys were kind of, heads were spinning, and now we've kind of tightened it up a little bit offensively. I think these guys are seeing the floor better, but I think it's also they understand their roles now. I think a lot of guys, when the season started, wanted to win games by themselves, and we've been around long enough. You've been around, Brian. We don't play like that here. You know, we need 5, 6, 7, 8 guys to win a game, and I think these guys have made that adjustment. Really, really good credit to them.
And this is pretty much a polar opposite of your team last year, where you had 8, 9, 10 seniors, and now you got a lot of younger, underclassmen type guys. So how do you guys feel like you're set up to now in the most important part of the year to finish off your season?
Yeah, by this time of year, they're not sophomores anymore. They're not juniors. They're varsity basketball players. So hopefully with that in mind, they're able to take on every opportunity they get and take on every obstacle that stands in their way. We're going to have most likely Hunter and Central coming up this Saturday. We know that that's a tough place to play, and they're a really quality program. So we got to clean it up a little bit, but if these guys play with the energy and enthusiasm and confidence that they played with today, hit a couple more shots, I think we'll be all right.
Congratulations, Coach.
Hey, thanks,
Good
bud.
luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, bud.
All right, thanks for tuning in to the doubleheader tonight. Make sure you check back in. We got our next game coming up on Thursday with the Walk Hill Valley girls taking on the Hopatcong girls, so tune into that, and we'll see you guys soon. Have a great night.